Welcome to Abraham Pro Podcast, where we explore life advice, motivation, and ways to unlock your fullest potential. I'm your host, Abraham, and today we're diving into a fascinating topic: how habits actually rewire your brain. Have you ever wondered why some habits stick effortlessly while others fade away within days? Why do certain routines make you feel unstoppable while bad habits seem impossible to break? By the end of this episode, you'll understand the science behind habit formation, why your brain loves patterns, and how you can use this knowledge to reshape your life for the better. Let's get started. First, let's talk about the science behind habits. Every habit, whether brushing your teeth in the morning or scrolling endlessly on your phone, follows what psychologists call the habit loop. This loop has three parts: cue, routine, and reward. Cue is the trigger, something that starts the habit. It could be feeling stressed, seeing your phone, or even the smell of coffee. Routine is the behavior itself: scrolling, exercising, or checking emails. Reward is the payoff, the pleasure or relief your brain receives. Over time, these loops become automatic. And here's the interesting part: your brain physically changes. The neural pathways that support a habit strengthen with repetition. The more you repeat a behavior, the easier it becomes. In other words, your habits literally rewire your brain. Now, that's why habits are powerful. They shape not just your day, but the very structure of your mind. And the good news? You can intentionally use this knowledge to create habits that improve your life. Let's look at some examples. Think about habits like meditation, exercising, or reading. When you practice them consistently, your brain develops new neural pathways for focus and self-control. Stress responses become easier to manage because your mind is trained to stay calm. Even your mood improves because repeated positive behaviors trigger chemical rewards like dopamine and serotonin. And here's a little secret psychologists often emphasize: small habits can lead to big changes. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Just 10 minutes of reading every day, a short walk, or a morning journaling session can rewire your brain over weeks and months. The key is consistency. Every time you perform a habit, you're strengthening that pathway in your brain, making it easier to repeat next time. That's why your brain loves routine. It's energy efficient. The more energy you save, the more automatic the behavior becomes. But what about breaking bad habits? Why do some habits feel impossible to quit? The same principle applies. Your brain has formed strong pathways for those behaviors. But the strategy is simple. You need to replace the old routine with a new one while keeping the same cue and reward. For example, if you're trying to stop mindless snacking when stressed, identify the cue, stress, and replace the routine with something else that gives a reward, like a 5-minute walk, deep breathing, or chewing gum. Remember, don't focus on removing a habit, focus on replacing it. Your brain can't just erase pathways instantly. It can rewire them with repetition. Another tip: start tiny. A habit must feel easy at first. Want to meditate? Start with 2 minutes. Want to exercise? Start with a single push-up. Small wins build momentum, and your brain rewards you for progress. Let's summarize the key takeaways you can start using today. Understand your habit loops. Know your cues, routines, and rewards. Start small. Tiny, consistent actions rewire your brain over time. Replace, don't remove. Swap bad habits with positive alternatives. Consistency is everything. Repetition strengthens neural pathways. Track your progress. Your brain loves visible evidence of growth. Remember, your brain is plastic. That means it can change at any age. Every habit you form is a tiny step toward reshaping your life. That's it for today's episode on how habits rewire your brain. I hope you feel inspired to examine your routines and start building habits that empower your mind instead of holding you back. If you enjoyed this episode, consider subscribing to Abraham Pro Podcast for more life advice and motivation. Share this episode with a friend who could use a little habit boost in their life. And don't forget to leave a comment about one habit you're working on this week. I'm Abraham, and I'll see you in the next episode, where we'll continue uncovering ways to take control of your mind and life. Remember, small habits, big changes. Stay consistent
and stay unstoppable.